another episode of Frequency Podcast. My name is Mr. Dominus, your host for this episode, and today we'll be talking about Dom and Sub dynamics. And today we have Master Mufasa Ali. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Tell the people, tell them the credentials. This is Onyx royalty in the house. Right? I just want you guys to know this, okay? Tell us about yourself. Let the people know who you are.
I am Master Mufasa Ali, and I'm the visionary and one of the founders of Onyx, Men of Color, the leather fraternity for men of color. We're the largest, AI says we're the largest leather fraternity in the world, actually, and definitely the largest for people of color. And I'm also a DEI consultant and a father and a son, and of course, my household is Mufasa's pride, is my leather family. I am an ordained minister as well.
Oh, man of God.
And father of three sons. My husband and I, who he transitioned last year, 26, so 24. Okay. We raised three sons. And so I teach across the country on different subjects, leather family, polyamory, different impact play, body drumming, hand play, flogging. Those are my big things. Mummification.
So the first time I saw mummification in play was at MAL last year.
Did you?
And I saw somebody getting a mummy kit. And I guess they were kind of testing out. And I literally was like, what is that? And I was so intrigued. I think where I draw the line was like the face covering.
Yeah, and you don't have to.
And you don't have to. 100%. That's where I would be like,
you can use a blindfold, or you don't have to cover the face.
So I would put a drone mask on. I would do that. I would do a drone mask and do the mummification. But it was really cool. I thought it was really nice. What kind of mummification kit do you have?
I basically use, go to the food store and use saran wrap.
Oh, period. Ooh, okay.
You get the big roll. You can get it from Home Depot too, but don't get the powdered kind.
What got you into mummification?
People who wanted to be mummified.
So it was a service.
It was a service thing that I've learned and was taught to do, and it relaxes people evidently. Kind of cocoons them.
It's like being back in the womb.
Right. One play partner that I play with, he falls asleep all the time. Oh, wow. Until you start playing with him. But
So do you like cut holes?
Cut holes, yeah. You cut holes around the nipples and cut holes around the genitalia. Okay. So that you genitalia. so you can play with those pieces of the person. And so I do teach a number of different types of things across the country at Southeast Leather Fest, at South Plains Leather Fest, at IML. I'm also a consulting hypnotist.
So I had a guy hit me up in San Diego, and he was coming to DC, and we never got the chance to actually hook up. But he said he was hypnoplay was his thing.
Yes, that does exist.
And he was a white man, and I wasn't sure how I wanted to do it with him because I didn't know him, and I felt like that was something that I feel like I should get to know somebody
before you dive in.
Yeah, especially if you're gonna hypnotize me. I was like, I don't know how I feel about this.
It's a whole thing.
That is something I definitely think I would try. I've never, so I went on this cruise recently. Group I have a partnership with Big Gay Cruise, and they had a hypnosis come. She's a drag queen and a hypnosis, and I watched her. Like, I used to always think I thought it went real. But then I was watching the people on the stage on this past cruise, and they were just falling out, and I was just like, oh, okay.
And so that's stage hypnotism. And so kink hypnotism or hypno kink is a little bit different.
How?
Because it's not as showy.
Okay.
It's more intimate and it's more one-on-one. But I can, if you've ever been to an alien orgy, if you'd like to go.
Okay. Educate me. An alien orgy.
Yes. The hypnosis can put you there. and you'll feel everything that I suggest.
An alien. Let's go. An alien orgy. What is this?
I mean, it's just a scenario that someone wanted to be in and wanted to experience,
like with tentacles and
yeah, exactly.
So I forget the name for it. I gotta look it up. There is a kink for people who like having suppositories put in them through dildos.
Interesting.
There is, and I was looking it up, and I heard it on another podcast. But basically, they have like there are these like gel water based suppositories. That you put in alien alien dildos, right?
Got you. Yeah.
And so there is a small little orifice at the top of it, and so as you're inserting it into the person, you can squeeze like it's like being impregnated by an alien. That is the sexual arousal.
Yes.
And then it stays in you, and your body heat just makes it disperse.
Interesting.
And I was like,
there's something, there's something for everybody.
Oh, I don't know, man. I think I would let the predator fuck me. He's kind of hot, just a little bit with them dreads. Just
Here we go. We can make it happen. We can make it happen. We can make it happen.
Is there an alien? Like, is there a TV figure alien that you think you would like fuck?
See, I'm not into. My husband was into sci-fi, and so I was never into sci-fi. So I can't even name one.
Not one. I mean, if the Hulk was human size.
Yeah, well, I can't even
go at it.
I can't even name one. Oh, the guy. Well, no, he's not an alien. Who's the guy in the ocean?
Oh, Poseidon?
No, not Poseidon.
Aquaman.
Not Aquaman. What's the one in the movie?
In the ocean?
Yeah, over Atlantis. God.
Is
Anyway.
it a Marvel movie?
Yeah.
DC?
Marvel.
Oh, it's a Marvel.
Or I don't know.
Oh, you
Well, is it Aquaman? Maybe it's Aquaman. I don't know.
Aquaman is DC. If you're talking about Marvel, in the ocean,
It's Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
that's DC though.
Is that DC?
That's Aquaman.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know.
He's still human looking. I was talking about like somebody who's like, I don't know, Donatello, if I might. The way they be looking in some of them anime drawings, Ninja Turtles, I might let one of them fuck too. Some of them are big.
And see, my oldest son was trying to get us into anime, and we're like, why is Goku beating up his grandfather? Because he doesn't know it's his grandfather. Okay, I'm done.
I wouldn't fuck Goku. That man's a little too strong. I'd end up having my pelvis obliterated. I don't think he'd know his strength, and I'd end up smashed, and it would just. I don't think it'd be fun. I think if I had to pick like top alien-like person, I think I would probably. So I am becoming a furry.
Okay.
I've had a very big interest in them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
It's hot in there.
It definitely is. Jake the Dragon. I saw a porn with him in it. I don't know if you know who Jake the Dragon is.
No.
But he is this there's this Asian, I think it was Nickelodeon, and he was this young Asian boy who could turn into a dragon.
Okay.
And I saw an animated porn with Jake the Dragon. And I was like, I think I would be into dragon porn. Absolutely. It was very different. I liked it.
We'll have to talk about this journey.
Absolutely. But no, I'm definitely planning on we have a furry episode coming up. We just found a new guest for it. But yes, the furry thing I think is going to be my furries and rubber are going to be my new explorations.
Interesting.
In 2026. Absolutely.
Rubber. Shiny things.
My husband always says that I'm distracted by shiny things so easily. But I think because I have a very big octophilia, kink, and I love smells, and I love how the rubber traps those smells, and people can get really potent. And I'm just very interested to play in that.
That is interesting. It doesn't interest me at all, but it's I've seen it, and it's
It gets sweaty and it can get a little raunchy.
Okay.
But that's something I do want to go into this year. So lately, how has your I mean, I don't even want to say kink journey because you are the master, literally. Like, I feel like there's nothing new under the sun. You haven't even tried or discussed. But how has your kink journey been lately? Has it been ongoing? Anything new? Any great like experiences that you've had lately?
Nothing new, but I think I was amazed at Blackout 30, Onyx's biannual
shout out
event anniversary, and this was our 30th anniversary in October in Chicago. There were a number of people who had never been to a all people of color play party.
Really?
Ever.
Oh wow.
And to see, because I was over the play party, over the education, and then the play party as well. And so to see everyone, the joy that everybody had, and what they said afterwards, and the expressions that they had, and that the fun that they had, and that harmonica gag was.
Come on, Master Dominion.
We're like, what is that? But they had never been to a party with all men of color or people of color, because there were women there as well.
Can you paint this playroom for us? Like, was it like
it was a full dungeon. It was a full dungeon.
Paint a picture for me.
It was a full dungeon. You enter the dungeon.
So was this like in a conference room in the hotel?
No, it was a full dungeon, public dungeon in Chicago. We have 4 or 5 of them.
So this is at somebody's space, like a business? Or,
yes.
Okay, cool.
That teaches, has classes weekly. We know the managers; they're friends of Onyx.
Okay.
And it's actually right around the corner from Jackhammer and Touche.
Okay.
And Leather Archives.
The downstairs is literally a fuck dungeon.
It is.
Yes.
So it's a full dungeon. It has St. Andrew's crosses, it has play spaces, it has rigging spaces, it has a littles area, it has a back room with slings, and other couches, and it also has refreshments, of course. No, but yeah, it's a full dungeon. It's a full.
So when Master Mufasa walks into the dungeon, where is he going first? What is catching his eye?
What is catching my eye? Probably the St. Andrew's Cross.
Okay.
But people were on spanking benches, getting spanked and paddled, and the women who were there, they were playing as well.
Oh, so this was a pansexual co-space?
Well, it was people who ever came for the weekend.
Okay.
Were invited to the play party, and some of the Onyx Pearls were there. And so they didn't venture into the sling room, but they stayed up front in the main space, which had couches and the spanking benches and the cross. And one of the women did did a waxing, or one or two, and everyone seemed to have a great time. But the joy came in them expressing that this was something that they had never done, and they were gagged about it. They loved it. We had over 75 to 100 people there, and it worked out perfectly, and everybody had a great time. One of our members is in a wheelchair.
Lightbeam.
Yes, Lightbeam.
I love Lightbeam.
He was on your show, and he had a great time. And everybody had a great time.
He is such a positive person, and he's like a ball of joy. I love him.
And so that was kind of the highlight in the last few months.
He said his chair is a rolling dungeon.
Yeah. And I believe it. And so, I mean, even the dungeon is accessible. So we had to, of course, realize, look at that when we were planning the party to make sure that the dungeon that we chose, and that and Onyx Midwest has had other parties there, other dungeon parties there. And we do our crossing there, and we do a number of things in that business, in that facility. So it is a full public dungeon. I know in a number of cities they're going away. I know Atlanta doesn't have one at the moment.
There's a dungeon space in Flex.
There is, but it's not pansexual. It's not
true. It's just for gay men.
It's just for gay men. And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5, plus other back rooms and play spaces that people can can go to.
Okay. Before we get into our next segment, can you tell us what you're wearing? Let the people know what this is.
This is my title vest. I was Mr. World Leather.
Absolutely. Let the people know. I'm all about a
I was
title,
also
baby.
Mr. World Leather 2006, 2007.
Okay.
It was a community service title. Specifically, you had to run on a platform. My platform was gay adoption.
Okay.
We had to produce reference materials. We had to produce a table of reference items, and we had to do we had to be before reporters and do a press conference.
Oh, wow.
We had to do a number of things like that. We had to also donate to a charity that helped or supported our cause. And that was owned by Jill Carter.
Okay.
So I ran for that title. I was also in IML many moons ago, finished in the top 20.
Absolutely.
And that was great. But then this title meant a lot to me because I could run on, we have 3 adopted sons. And I think at the time we only had one. I think at the time we only had one. That was 2006. We had 2.
Okay.
We had 2 because the first one came during 9/11.
Okay.
We were supposed to meet him on that day for the first time. And of course that had to be pushed back.
Yeah.
But it worked out well. And a month later he was in our home. That's not supposed to work that way. It's supposed to take a little bit longer process, but a month later he was in our home.
Well, you are wearing this vest and it looks great, and I love your shirt. It's absolutely amazing.
Thank you. You have to represent.
Absolutely.
The culture.
You know, that's the one thing. So I know this is going to be airing in February, but this weekend is MAL, which is the Mid-Atlantic Leather Weekend. And that is my one purchase I plan on doing this weekend is leather pants, whether they're chaps. I have no leather bottoms. I have vests, like tops.
You have no leather bottoms.
I have none.
You have tops.
Just tops.
Okay.
Yes. 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 I need some leather bottoms.
Okay.
I need some pants.
Right. Right.
I don't have anything leather-wise that goes on my legs. And because I just got thick thighs. I have a size 36, 38 in the waist.
It's gonna be interesting.
And my ass and my legs as a bodybuilder just don't.
We're not complaining. We're not complaining though.
Yes, we're not. I am very gracious for the body that I have. I have worked for it hard. But I'm very excited to go in the market and find some stuff.
Great.
All right, so let's get into this segment before we get into our episode. So we have this segment. It is called "What Are You Canceling On for Your Hookup?" So the premise is everyone says that they have a standard, right? All y'all have standards. Y'all be breaking them, and we love when you do that. But this segment proves exactly where people fold. So I'm going to give you 2 life scenarios, and then you must choose which one you would bail on to go smash a hookup somewhere else.
Okay.
All right? You don't need to explain. You can give us a little bit you can give us a little influence on why you would do it, but don't make up any like, oh, maybe this. No, you got to pick which one and stick with that choice. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So, we have a couple segments of this. So we have emotional damage, respect addition, stability, power, reputation, and kink addition. All right?
Okay.
So the first one is, all right, which one would you leave to go have your hookup for? A deep conversation with someone you care about, or a hookup that you know is going to ruin your sleep schedule?
Which one would I leave?
To go have a hookup.
The sleep schedule.
Sleep schedule? Why that one?
Because I'm a night owl. I'm from New York area. And so
I go to sleep anyway.
I mean, we used to come home and do disco naps and then go out at
disco nap. I've never heard this term.
You've
like
never
nap?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You've never heard that?
Well, never.
Yeah, we used to come home from work, eat, take a disco nap, and then get up and go because the club didn't open till 12.
Till 12?
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm 30 years old, and I be in the bed by like 8:30, 9 o'clock. So like I'm very military oriented, right? So when I was in basic training, like I was up at 4 a.m.
Right.
And then getting to my unit, you got to be at PT by like 5:30, 5:45. And lately in joining the pledge process for Onyx, a couple of my line brothers took it upon me to get me more acclimated into the nightlife. That lasted about 3 weeks.
Right.
I'm not gonna hold you. We were going out, we were having fun. And there was one night I got home at 6 a.m. and the last time I did that was in Korea in 2020.
Oh Lord.
When I was in Korea, I lived my best life. It was great. And then I came home and I was like, this is not my stuff.
Yeah, we used to take a disco nap, and the club opened at midnight, and so you'd get there 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, stay till 6.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the latest you got home?
After probably 9
a.m. Oh wow!
Not recently, but probably 9 a.m. When folks were.
It's time to go.
Yeah.
After party.
Yeah.
All right. Next one, stability. So, or respect edition. So, your friend's birthday dinner or someone you swore you would never hook up with again.
Oh, someone that I would never hook up again.
One of our recent guests said he would do that birthday dinner. He said his friend wouldn't mind because dick is dick, and he understood.
No, I would go to the birthday dinner. I mean, no.
I think it depends on which friend, because we have acquaintances and we have.
But you said friend.
Friend, right?
You said friend.
There are levels of friends.
Acquaintance is an acquaintance, but
I agree.
They're not a friend.
But
it is a relationship.
I got friends I just met, then I got friends that are family friends, and
I value the social. And so I would go to the birthday dinner.
All right. A calm night with someone who's consistent or a last minute invite from someone who's unpredictable?
Oh, definitely bail on the unpredictable.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I'd bail on the unpredictable.
Okay. Being the responsible one in the room or someone who wants you right now?
Say that one again.
Being the responsible person in the room. So let's put it this way. You are at a meeting of a club, not necessarily Onyx, but let's say something that's important to you.
Okay.
And you're being responsible person there, and you have some responsibilities in that meeting. Or someone who's saying that they want you right now. So like a hookup or someone that you hook up with regularly, and they're saying they want you. Would you turn them away to just go do a random hookup? Or would you turn away being a responsible person to go do a random hookup?
I'd turn away the hookup.
Really?
If they really want me, they'll still want me later.
You said you're going to get it when you feel
right.
it.
I mean, if they really want me, they're gonna want it later. And so I need to take care of the responsibility first, and then we'll go from there. There's many times that I've done that it's like, oh, come over, oh, come over, oh, come over. I'm like, I need to walk the dog.
Period. That's what happened today. Okay. My dog decided that he wanted to just do whatever.
So, I'm like, no. Even though it's there.
Someone who knows your boundaries or someone who pushes all of them?
Oh, definitely not the person who pushes all of them. Someone who I would.
I agree with you. I couldn't. Someone who pushed all my boundaries, that's just a red flag in life. As a friend, let alone a hookup.
That's not worth it.
It is a lot to do. All right, I'm going to give you one more. Your mom, your uncle, or a close friend who wants to see you tonight. Or someone who will talk about you afterwards to everyone.
Oh, please. Someone who's going to talk? No. Someone who's going to talk about me? No. That's a no-no.
So you bailing on them?
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely.
I'm bailing on them.
All right.
Yeah.
I like your morals.
Thank you.
They're very good. So we're gonna get into our episode and our segment now of Dom sub dynamics. Ooh, I think we might go over a little bit of an hour for this one, just a little bit. Because this is a topic that is near and dear to me. I've been a boy looking, in search of a daddy, and I had so many experiences with this topic. So we're gonna get into it. So How did you get involved with Onyx and Kink, and what inspired you to be a founding member? Let's start there.
In New York City, when I was growing up, or when I was in New York, experiencing the lifestyle, it was the clothing at first. Seeing people walk up and down Christopher Street in its heyday. And I was drawn to the clothing, to the style, and as such. And so I started incorporating that into my everyday wear, and those types of things. So people kind of knew me because of my clothing choices.
Okay.
And so as I grew, and then I understood that, or started to learn that there was a whole community. And
Describe these clothing choices.
leather pants, with a suit jacket.
Okay.
I mean, with a blazer,
Oh, cool. I like a little
blazer,
mixture.
with a blazer, and those types of things, or a cuff, or things like that. Different types of jewelry or whatever. Incorporating that into my style. Kilts,
I love a good kilt. Do you like plaid kilts or do you like regular plain kilts?
any kilt.
Really?
I have both, so
I have this green and purple plaid kilt.
I love it.
Love it. It's one of my favorite ones. And
Yeah.
It's so soft.
See? So I started there, and then started to learn that there was a community. And then when I moved to Chicago, I met my first boy, who's also a founding member, on the dance floor at an underwear party.
Come on, dance floor.
And we met, we gelled, we started to then go and travel to different events. There weren't that many, but we started to travel to different events to dance, to go to the dance parties mainly, and started to learn about the community.
Okay.
We met some guys from Detroit,
Okay.
who were part of a club there called Icon Detroit,
Okay.
which was founded by 3 black men, but not a people of color club.
Okay.
We started hanging out with them at MAL, and loved dancing with them, loved being with them. And they said, come up to Detroit, and we have some events going on. And so we went up to Detroit. We started going up to Detroit, hanging out with them, and then we said, well, why don't we join a club in Chicago instead of having to go to Detroit all the time? None of the clubs kind of looked like us.
Let's be frank.
At
They weren't
all?
Black. At all.
At all. And I think one of them had 1 black member. And there were like 15 clubs at the time.
Were a lot of those clubs like could you enter, or did you have to know someone to get in as well?
We didn't find out.
Okay. Period.
I mean, we didn't find out. And so the suggestion came as to, why don't I start a club, or why don't we start a club, and you do it, I'll help. And so I'm an alpha. And so I said, well, I'm used to fraternity. I'm used to that type of organization. And there are leather clubs that exist. Is there one that is for the development of men of color?
And something beautiful was born.
Yeah, and sat down at the kitchen table for a year. And I didn't know 2 of the other guys, and they were introduced to me, and they said they were in. And so the 5 of us sat down at my table, and we asked Icon and Trident Windy City we became friends with members in their club, and we asked them to loan us their bylaws.
Yeah.
Which almost is never done, because we had no idea as to what it looked like. And so they loaned us their bylaws. We crafted our own. We did not want to discriminate against anyone. So anyone can be a member of Onyx, but you have to be a man of color to be a voting member.
Absolutely.
We needed to know where the money was going, because we started to donate to minority AIDS organizations. We started donating to displaced youth, gay youth. We started those types of things that some of the other clubs were not donating to, because that was our community. Yeah. And so we started doing that with our fundraising, and some of my sons in Atlanta wanted to be a part of it because, we went to MAL with a clipboard. That's how we met Dominion. We went with
Big Brother.
Yeah, we went with a clipboard. And do you want to hear more about us? Do you want, beer in the
survey poll,
beer in the tub,
or Instagram,
beer in the tub? Come up to our room at MAL at the Washington Plaza Hotel, old school, and beer and soda, and get a drink and meet us. And we came to MAL because Chocolate City at the time. And so we knew that there would be other men of color here.
So that first MAL that you went at, how was the demographic versus the last? And that's, I think, is one of the few things that I loved about MAL last year when I went. I was so nervous because I didn't think that there were going to be many people that looked like
Oh, there are many more.
And I walked in that lobby and it was
there.
So many chocolate men. And I was just like, I'm not alone.
Right. So we started doing a hospitality suite.
The first one you went to, what was the demographic?
We were there.
There was a lot of people there?
We were there.
Okay.
It didn't matter who else was there.
Absolutely.
But we were there recruiting and bringing people in from the outside who wanted to know more about us. Because Dominion was there. He didn't know much about the community, but we invited him up to the room. Yeah. He saw us in the lobby being seen, talking. And a lot of times, we're not talking about leather. We're talking about life.
Yeah.
Because we are
community.
It's community. We're men of color.
Story.
Right. We're men of color. We need to talk about life. We're talking about movies. We're talking about social issues. We're talking about, dinner. And my whole thing, my old joke is that we wouldn't be outvoted if we wanted fried chicken and watermelon at the banquet. We can have tofu. We can have baked chicken as well, because we know some people need it for their diet. But we wouldn't be outvoted if we wanted to have fried chicken and watermelon at the banquet. And I love both. So
I am not a fried chicken lover.
I am a fried chicken lover.
But I'm a watermelon fiend. Absolutely.
So
I love watermelon.
So it was, and we were founded around the time of the FUBU generation.
Okay.
That was going on. A lot of
oversized tees.
A lot of people in Chicago, people of color, who had been on whiteboards, were stepping down because they weren't being heard, and forming their minority organizations, and forming minority AIDS organizations, and forming these types of things. And so we were kind of in that vein. Okay. And two of the men at the table had white partners.
Yeah.
We asked them, how would their partners feel if they could not join this organization as a voting member? Because we made, anybody can be an associate, male, female, any ethnicity, a supporter of our cause. They can come to everything except the business meeting.
Yeah.
And so, and they can even come to that by invitation. They just can't vote.
Yeah.
So they said that it was about them and about their development as men of color, and that we should go forward with it. And so that's kind of how we were founded. And now 13 chapters later, 30 years later, we're still relevant.
Absolutely. All right, let's get into our Dom subs. So let's start with Dom sub 101. All right. What is a Dom and what is a sub, and what are the key dynamics that makes this relationship work? Let's start. Let's give him the beginning.
101, the Dom is the leader and the sub is the follower. That's basic in and of itself. There's a power exchange. Okay. So the sub yields their power to the Dom, who it's yielded out of trust, though, and trust and communication. And so the Dom, in whatever play or whatever life they're doing, is the leader. Now the sub does have a voice and can express that if allowed. Okay, to express that.
So those initial exchanges between a sub and a Dom, I believe, are very important. Who do you think like holds more of the power in these dynamics?
The sub.
Okay.
The sub does hold the power because the sub can reject it can say, in play, the sub has the safe word. The sub can stop the action at any given time, and the Dom has to trust that. Now, of course, the Dom wants to fulfill what the sub wants to experience, so that they both get gratification out of it, out of the either the relationship or the play.
So a lot of dom sub relationships that you know I've experienced and heard of, you know, it's been very adamant that, you know, the sub gets to say what they desire and it's a communication exchange of things. How much of that percentage do you think a dom should be able to influence on things that he desires as well from the sub?
I think it's a give and take.
Okay.
Because in my case, I understand that most of my subs, their fetish is pleasing me. It's not so much in particular, but their fetish is pleasing me in certain ways. So I find out what they like or don't like, and then go, you know, proceed forward. So there's a communication and a give and take on both. And so I think it varies. I don't know if you can put a actual percentage on it.
I think it varies too. I think one of the things that I've always been very weary of when it comes to like engaging with a dom is them telling me what they want to do. And I've been told be wary of those type of doms. But I personally haven't experienced one where they're just like, I'm going to do A, B, and C. It's always been exchanged. But I've always wondered, like, I've heard of people that they're like, well, their dom wants me to do this and their dom wants to do that. And then at what point, you know, of course, a sub should always have the voice to speak up in whatever dynamic that they're in. But at what point is it like, is the dom asking for too much? Do you think it ever can get there?
Of course. And that's not a good dom.
Yeah.
And that's abuse. It can move into abuse. And in the pansexual world, we see that a lot.
Really?
Because of the female and the male dynamics. Because the majority of the time, the sub is the woman and the dom is the man. And so that can be very abusive. And there are safe houses to get people out of relationships. I haven't seen it as much on the gay side, but I have seen it through the eyes of my leather sisters. And there is a network.
Speaking of that, I like seeing the reverse. So the cruise I went on recently, there was a dom sub relationship where the woman was the dom and she had a male sub.
Right.
And they had so much fun and it was great. It was very empowering to see her control this man in such a way. But like she was never, because sometimes I feel like the media portrays female doms to be very negative sometimes. Like I feel like they're portrayed as being it's like they're making up for something that they haven't had. And the relationship that I saw between the two of them, she was still letting him explore and do the things, but you could tell that she was in control and it looked very fulfilling. Like it was really good to see.
Because I do know a number of female doms that have male subs. They're not black subs. They're white subs. It's very, I don't see
a black man
subbing to a woman much at all. There's a
if you're out there, we'd love to hear from you.
But there are. I'm not saying there aren't. There are. But there was a segment called Leather in Color, a documentary that was done recently in Chicago about the Chicago leather community, pansexual community. And one of the women, one of the black women in the documentary basically was lamenting that, excuse me, that she couldn't find a lot of male subs. There was a man in the movie that, and I thanked them at the end for presenting his perspective that he was bisexual and he was playing with a man in the movie, in the documentary. And he basically said, on the other side, there are a whole lot of black male subs. And so I thank them for that perspective, but they had to go back and edit that in because they never thought about it.
I'm glad they put that back there.
Right. They never thought about it. And that's the issue. Those two communities are very separate. The black kink community, black leather, pansexual leather community, black pansexual kink community, and the gay community. And so they just kind of are on different paths. And so it's interesting to see it. I see it a lot of course, I teach at a number of pansexual events. So I see it there.
Okay.
And as such.
What do you think? So how does negotiation work in these dynamics? And why is it especially important for POC partners who face unique social pressures?
I think negotiation happens such as any sexual negotiation would happen or relationship negotiation would happen. You put down your desires. You put down your wants or your needs. You put down your your no's. And like my alpha boy does not particularly like impact play.
Really?
He'll do it if I ask him to.
So do you use impact play like as a punishment with your boy?
No, I never do.
Really? Okay.
I never do. It's gratification for me.
So what kind of punishments have you used on your boy? Like if he's like misbehaved or anything? Like what are agreed upon things that you've used for discipline?
I really don't.
Okay. He's a good boy.
If you're going to serve me, you're going to serve me.
Period.
Actually, no communication.
Oh. He said you can't talk to me. You don't have access to me. That would make me cry.
Hence.
Daddy, no.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
No communication.
I've talked to a couple different like subs, and they've told me like some of the punishments that they receive for like acting up. Like one of the episodes that we had. Well, it wasn't dom sub relationship. It wasn't a dom sub, but it was a pup and their handler.
Okay.
Similar dynamic, and he peed on the floor, and he got banned from the house for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, definitely. Oh no.
But I've heard like some of them, like depending, like some people in Tobias's episode, he talked about like when he was a boy how he had to be furniture at times, and I've heard some subs talk about how being furniture was a punishment if they acted up or they did things that they weren't supposed to do.
Right.
But it's always interesting to see, like in one dynamic I had, he knew I hated homework and he used to give me papers to write. Right? Hated it. Absolutely fucking hated it. But the papers weren't just like pointless. They were always like self-reflection papers.
Right.
And they really allowed me to like explore what I was going through. And there was always a purpose. It was never, and I think that's an important thing in dom sub relationships is that punishments aren't just pointless. Like I think there needs to be a reason.
Yes.
And an outcome that fixes whatever happens. So you learn from this, and it's not just ongoing. Because at one point, you're gonna get tired of doing this over and over and over again.
Definitely. And the thing is, if you're doing it over and over again, I then question the relationship.
Why are you here?
Right.
Yes. All right. Let's get into safety, consent, and negotiations. What are some hard limits that every sub and dom should discuss before engaging in play?
That's going to vary. I mean, but there are hard.
Yours?
No blood. I want you to come back.
Okay.
I can beat on you, but I will not draw blood.
So the MAL group chats are very live and wild right now. And I was watching some of the impact play. I'll show you afterwards. They were spanking people to bloody pulps, and I'm just like,
and that made
not yucking your yum. I'm just like, I've never seen. I've always seen flogging where I've seen like minor scratches and I've seen bruising, but it was like white blood cells. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't realize that there were some extremists that really got into this.
Definitely.
Like this.
Definitely there are. And so I'm not that person.
I agree with you. No black hair.
I love black skin. So I really don't need to harm it. But I do know some black men who want the scars on their back, want the tributes, want that so they can show the scars. And so that's, again, their thing. That's not my thing.
What are some other hard limits you have?
That we need to be attentive to each other and understand and learn me. And
you're going to know who he is.
Well, my alpha boy, we started off as one of my sons, daddy and son. And after, because he's also a dom, and he never thought that he could be
I feel the same way.
a boy
Sometimes I feel like I'll be a boy forever.
Right. He didn't think that he could be a boy because he's dom to his wife. And so about 6 months later, after we started our relationship, he asked to be my boy. So I find those types of things, I find those types of relationships happen with me. And there's an asking. And whether or not we're on the same wavelength is negotiable.
So I think like we talked in the Leather Mentorship episode with Tobias, we talked about vetting. When it comes to dom subs, so like he talked about the importance of vetting a leather mentor. When it comes to getting a dom or a sub, like what advice would you give for how a sub should vet their dom or how a dom should vet the sub?
See who else knows the person. If they're in community, just kind of. And the thing is, you might, if no one does know the person, you just have to vet on the fly. You have to start a relationship or getting to know the person.
Yeah.
Getting to know how they move, what their wants, desires are, and then you can vet. You might have to vet on the fly and understand and do a trial. Relationship or trial dom sub relationship.
Starter kit.
Because a number of times I've been the protector of boys over MAL weekend.
Yes.
They don't have a daddy or they don't have a sir, they want to be. They want someone to go to if need be, and so I've been protector over a number of different people at events. For that weekend.
Yeah.
And so you can do the same thing when you're vetting or when you're doing those types of things. Have a trial weekend. Yeah. Have a trial, and then talk about what that was like. Because some people aren't quite sure.
For you in that trial weekend?
Checking in. Okay. Making sure that I know where you are.
Period. Turn that location on.
And if you have doubts about doing something with someone, send them to me.
Come on, daddy.
so you have an out.
Yes.
You send them to me. I'll talk to them. We'll
That's
see.
a good thing.
See
like,
what's going on.
If said person wants to fuck me, and I'm just like, you need to go talk to Master Mufasa.
Right, and I will have talked to you, and I will also have talked to you.
Like, do you want to do this?
Exactly.
And I will shut it down.
Right, and I will answer. I will answer for you, and so it's not on you.
What does that? So to some doms, what does it look like? That conversation with you. Let's say I'm said person. I want to fuck your boy, right? And your boy's express, I don't like dominance. I get rid of him. How are you telling me this ain't finna happen?
It's not gonna happen.
Oh, just like that? So I just walk up to you. Hi, Master Mufasa. Your boy told me to come see you.
Right.
How are you? What's going on?
I'm great. How are you? I was like, he doesn't want to do it.
Oh, he doesn't want to do what?
He doesn't want to be with you.
Oh, it's so frank for me. I love it.
I mean, is there any other way?
He said, I'm not reading around. How the boy said he don't like you.
Right. Basically, the boy, would rather not, would rather, or basically, I'll put it in my terms that no, he's not allowed to do that.
Oh,
So basically, I won't say no, he doesn't want to be with you. Okay. But what I will say,
because that was frank for me, and I love it. The honesty is real, and it's great. Look, you can't
because I don't want it bouncing back on the boy. Because some people can be vicious in circles, and we don't want that to happen. I'm the protector, so therefore.
So a good out for some of you doms, if you are trying to protect your boys, is saying that it came from you.
Yes.
So
definitely.
If you want to try Master Mufasa, go right on ahead, see what happens.
But definitely, yes. But most of my, again, my boys have freedom, and my subs have freedom, and so they're going to tell me what happened. But I'm not necessarily, they don't have to send the individuals to me. They have free will.
Okay.
And we're in relationship.
Absolutely.
And so I don't know if that's different. I handle it a little bit different than other DOMs do. But I'm not I'm not, I let them do their life. I let them do what they need to do. I'm integral in that, but, and we still have that relationship, and especially when we're together. And so, yes, he's 2 steps behind me on my right because I'm right-handed. And yes, he's providing a drink for me if I need it. Yes, he's diverting me from someone that he knows that I do not want to talk to.
Okay. Can stand in between.
No, he will say, Daddy, you're needed over there.
Okay, I like
And
this.
step out of the conversation. And I would do that with my husband too. And my husband was just standing there. He's like, you left me over there. I was like, you're supposed to say, my husband needs me and leave. And so we laughed about that a lot.
I love that. All right, moving on. What are some safety practices that are unique or particularly necessary in POC leather relationships and dynamics? And I want to emphasize on this because not all, and I had a conversation with a friend about this recently, and we talked about how POC daddy boy dynamics. So I really want your take on this, and I'm going to dive into this. Okay.
Here we go.
All right. So I posted on my IG page a couple months ago, and I've really been on a journey of engaging with a lot more Black men, and it's definitely been something of my forte lately, and I've loved it. And I have not always felt open in a lot of Black spaces. That's been changing a lot recently. And
Why is that?
Because I didn't feel like. And this is why we started the podcast, because I would always express my kinks. And when I would go into like regular gay spaces, like places, not Thirst in particular, but places like Thirst, where it's just, gay men just being gay men. And I'm telling them I like fisting people, and they're just like, oh,
that's always going to be.
There's too much.
No, please.
And I'm just like, y'all
that's always going to be. No.
And they're just like, and they're
no.
And I'm like, okay.
Hence they come from a culture that does not even accept that if you're gay.
Exactly.
So I can see that happening.
And so I felt like I was kind of in some ways ostracizing myself.
Yes, you need your people who understand that.
And I couldn't find those people. And so like my process with coming to DC has been a lot more forthcoming and open and honest and meeting like-minded people.
The people are here.
And they are here.
They're
absolutely here.
And they're here.
They are here. And one of the things I loved while we started the podcast was to show other Black people like, hey, the things that you're into, people, and the crazy thing is, like, I tell some of these men, like, look, I'm into A, B, and C, and they would shun me in public, and then in my DMs,
slide into your DMs.
Oh, so you really like this?
Yes,
like, I'm interested too.
Yeah,
but you couldn't say nothing at brunch.
No,
like, fuck you. It is what it is.
Right.
But getting to my point, I feel like there is a lack of Black DOMs, and so this is what he expressed to me. And so I feel like, and I want your perspective on it because maybe mine is misconstrued.
Okay.
So back in leather culture when it was starting, like I'm guessing like 80s and 90s, you yourself weren't seeing clubs of people that looked like you.
Correct.
Right? So you're going to spaces and you're not seeing them. And so he was like, I cannot find Black DOMs. And I'm like, and I said, I feel the same way. I feel like there's a plethora. And I said, I will say to him, I was like, I feel like I was also looking in the wrong places. I do believe they exist, but I don't think there's a lot of them. And I said, the reason why I feel this way is because I feel like the Black man, and this is to get into the culture, into the question about talking about the POC preference of DOMs and subs. I feel like culturally back, especially around the time when Onyx was started, I don't feel like there was a space for a lot of Black men that would be daddies now to explore in a safe place, which you had to end up creating that for them to to grow in that space. And so like I feel like ballroom culture took a lot of potential doms. I do believe that. And they put them in a different space where they found a community and they enjoyed. Now they're walking categories and they're doing these things. And so I feel like because of segregation in gay spaces in the early leather years, we were robbed of the ability to have a plethora of black doms. I do feel that way. And so I feel like now, like a lot of the black men that, you know, are in their like late 50s or early 40s or in that age where they feel like they could be daddies are not open with their leather journeys or their interest in leather because they were so oppressed by the ability to be able to express it when they were younger. And so I feel like now it has really impacted the ability for, you know, young subs to be able to find. That's what, like, my experience was I was finding a lot of white men that wanted to be doms to me.
Yes.
And I was just like, in the beginning, it was like, I'll take what I can get at this point. And like now, like I would preference a black dom. That's what I want. I do not want a white dom over me. There are cultural things that they just don't understand. And like I even had one situation, like I broke up with a poly partner recently where after 2 years of dating, he felt comfortable calling me a nigga. And the relationship ended immediately. And so like after breaking up with him, I was just like, never again. This can't be. I don't want to enter a dynamic with a white person because that just shaded me. But I wanted to hear from your perspective on what are some things culturally that doms and subs from a black perspective have to take into consideration to grow, because I feel like there's also like the sub mindset, right? I feel like there's a lot of black subs.
There are.
But I do believe that there's a contradiction for the black man to be able to let go and to be of service to another man, especially into black dynamics, because you have culturally, America is telling you to be independent. Culturally, America is telling you to like, you have to be independent, you got to be strong, don't be a sissy, A, B, and C, whatever. But like the gay shit, I'm not worried about because I'm gonna be gay. It is what it is. But I'm told to be so strong and upright. And then in this dynamic, it's like, submit to me, right?
Yes.
Go against everything that you were told
Release.
not to do,
Right.
you know, as a kid, to be a prominent black man. And so I'm gonna let you speak on this because I really want to hear your take on the things that are important when considering dom sub relationships from a black standpoint, because they're not the same as white ones.
They're not. And objectification comes into play. Luckily, hopefully within the black dynamic, there is no objectification because we're both black. And I'm freer to say things to you from a black perspective than a white man would, and understanding that. And so even in the beginning, I never went to clubs looking for other black folks. I had other black folks around me. Now, whether those black folks are the ones that understand me, I had to build that.
Okay.
You know, some, you know, knew, but they, again, because of our acculturation here in the United States as black men, being on the bottom of the totem pole, and needing to be strong, needing to build a community. We are Moses. We are those, you know, we're those that need to build. We can't be gay because we need to produce offspring so that we can continue to build a nation. And so when that happens, you're right, people draw back. And people do not express themselves, but they do come in. They do come into your DMs,
absolutely,
and express that. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know. And you know, I've been called daddy by a number of people that I never would have suspected. And you know, their desire is for that to happen. It may not, because of a number of different things, but I now know that that's there. And so the acculturation and the holding back because a lot of us were raised in the church. A lot of us, even if we're not involved in the church,
church plays so heavy things into it.
Still hold on to that.
Yes.
And I'm an affirming pastor. I'm an affirming minister. And my colleagues know, my bishop knows, who I am. And that does not take away from my spirituality. That doesn't take away from my belief.
Yeah.
That does not take away from my connection to a spirit. Aha! Ho! Do we have a tambourine in the house? I'm a tambourine player.
Come on now.
I'm a tambourine player. I had my tambourine at the Onyx Blackout 30 dance because
I saw that.
We went house and we went gospel house.
Yes.
Because he asked me, he's like, I said, do you have gospel house? And he's like, my guy who my protege, yeah, he loves that. Y'all would. I'm like, of course.
Won't he do it?
Of course. I'm like, please play some at the dance. It was great. It was wonderful. So I think that and in dealing with some subs as another Black man, they have expressed to me that they are open with someone that they trust to finally let themselves go, because they are in charge wherever they are and doing things that they do. And they are willing and looking for someone to open up to.
Yeah.
And you're right. There are not enough of us around. There are people around, but there's not enough that are willing to kind of step into that realm. And it doesn't always have to be, that you're training them to do a certain thing or whatever. It's about being there for each other.
Yes.
And allowing the sub to be a sub.
Yes.
And allowing them to express themselves. And so we get caught up in so much of this socialization stuff and a culture, that stuff.
I think one of the other things to consider in Black sub dynamics is I don't want to put this on everybody, but a lot of like the Black doms that I've met are they're not so like my co-host Daddy Baldwin, he was telling me that when he went to Claw, and I remember I was navigating a relationship with somebody for a dom sub relationship, and he read me for fun. He's like, you were entering these things way too quickly. And I was just like, why? And he was just like, he expressed from his
experience.
Not experience, but he went to a Claw class and somebody was talking about daddies and subs. And he was like, he don't enter no dynamics anywhere less than 6 months, sometimes to a year.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's a relationship. It's not just come get fucked, come get flogged, A, B, and C. But with that being said, I do find, because of the type of cultural indifferences that as Black men we do face, and especially adding the dom sub dynamics to it, I feel like the Black men I've met in the community tend to be like, they vet harder. Like, I feel like the white doms I've met are just like, come be a boy, sure, we'll work it out, have fun, and like the Black ones I've met are just like, do I really want to put this time?
Well, I think that they've been duped before. A number of times by people who say, hey, daddy, daddy, and are not really serious about the relationship. And it is a relationship. I've been with my alpha boy since 2011. Come on, and we met. Well, we met at an Onyx function at Blackout.
I would definitely be at the next.
I looked into his eyes and said, "We're going to be in relationship somehow." And he had just crossed. I don't know how yet, but
you said this at his crossing.
No, he had crossed. He was hosting. They were hosting at the Parliament House in Augusta. That was where Blackout that year was. I think that was 2011. So
I have horrible feelings about that place.
Okay, that's another segment.
Yes, absolutely.
But that's where it was, and our eyes met. I said, I think we're going to be in a relationship. Where were we?
At the Edge nightclub?
No, we were at the registration desk.
Oh wow, okay.
because he had duties as Just Crossing to do because they were hosting.
Okay.
And I'm like, go do what you need to do. We'll talk later. I did not know that he was trans.
Okay.
He had not had top surgery yet.
Okay.
I found out in the dungeon.
Surprise!
But that did not stop us from playing, and that did not stop me from learning.
Oh,
And so he introduced me to his wife before they got married. Mm-hmm. They have a 2-year-old now.
Oh, wow.
A 3-year-old now, and a 26-year-old and a 20-year-old.
Okay.
So it's a relationship that has to happen, and a meeting of the minds, and we just know each other. And so that has worked. It doesn't work all the time. But I think, again, you have to be open to letting go.
Absolutely. And I think that was one of the biggest things that I really had to take into fold for myself was a lot of people confuse vulnerability with trust.
Yes.
They are not.
Definitely. They're not the same.
And life ain't fair. I'm going to be real with you, right? Let me look into my angle. Okay. Life is not fair, but closed mouths don't get fed. And I realized that, I wasn't going out saying like, be my, at one time I was a thirsty boy, wanted a daddy. And then it definitely was out there. But when I got to a level where I really wanted to mature, I had to realize like the daddy I want, I'm going to have to tell them what I want. Right?
Yes.
And it's going to have to be, and this is what my last Dom did tell me. And he was just like, you need to make sure that whatever relationship that you get into, it serves you. And, vice versa.
Right.
And I was very much entering these relationships from a standpoint of, I just want to be a boy, and I'll do whatever you say. And then I was realizing
not the way,
right? Because that's literally one of the questions, like, what are some red flags?
Right. Not the way.
And it really made me realize that I needed to really say the things that I desired because, one of the things he was like, I don't think I can do this for you. Like some of the things that I wanted, he's like, I'm not the person for this.
Right.
And a lot of times we enter relationships hoping that the person would just change for us.
Right. You're trying to make them into someone that they're not.
Don't do that here.
You're trying to make them into someone that they're not.
Don't.
And that does not work.
That in daddy sub and dom
that
sub.
That does not work.
I keep saying daddy. Dom sub relationships.
Dom sub, right.
Do not try and put your feelings on them hoping to change. You need to state what you want, what you need from this relationship, and that either it's like a job. Like you can't have retail experience and hoping to work at McDonald's and flip burgers. Like you and hoping that TJ Maxx is going to put a fryer in the back so they can give you what you need.
Ooh, they need to though.
So you
right while you're shopping.
Like you need to go to places that are going to serve you what you need.
The food at Bulldogs is really good.
It is actually.
It is really.
It wasn't bad to me. I mean, it's bar food.
Yeah, so, it's bar food, but it's good.
But it was good. But I finally learned that, and it was just like.
How did you learn that?
By being with somebody who I didn't need to be with, realizing that they weren't for me. Okay. And and one of the things like Tobias said is like you gonna date some trolls, but it is what it is. We are running over time. Is there anything that you want to touch on this episode before we close out though?
I think that the key we talked about it, the objectification piece, is key.
Absolutely.
We need to be, we can be more open with one another based upon our experience in life and based upon who we are as individuals.
Absolutely.
And bring that to the table and be more trustworthy around that and more open around that than you can in a white, black, dom sub relationship.
This is very true.
Because there's just some places that you don't need to go and don't need to be got and really don't need to be said and really don't need to be and really are not understood. The perspective is not understood.
Yeah.
So what I do find in a black dom sub relationship is more of the understanding. They understand that I grew up in the church. They understand that I'm a spiritual person. They also understand that I'm a loving person. They understand that I can hopefully be what they need mentally or spiritually or play.
Yeah.
And it may not be all three.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be. And so I think that those types of relationships, when you find them, are to be cherished and are to be, because you just don't, there was a quote that I put on my page the other day. Dicks are everywhere, but chemistry is not.
Ooh, I like that one. Absolutely.
And to me, that rings true.
Absolutely.
That you need the chemistry and you need to look at that
sex anywhere.
and foster that.
Like those connections you build with people.
And it's not going to be overnight.
No, it's not.
It's not going to be overnight. It could be a few months. It could be, learning one another, to be in a true dom-sub relationship.
Absolutely.
And so I think that's the main piece of the puzzle that a lot of people
focus on that relationship with that person.
Focus on the relationship.
And making sure y'all are good for each other. I feel like way too many dom-sub relationships start with sex, and they do not need to.
Right.
And if you meet in a dark room, that's cool. But if you choose to engage and go down that dynamic of a road, you need to be clear about boundaries and actually building a foundation. And I feel like a lot of people don't do that because when it comes to gay men, sex is so accessible to us.
It is.
And it becomes a dime a dozen. And sometimes I feel like because sex is so accessible, and when relationships start or some of these dynamics start on sex, when hardship comes, it doesn't make you want to stay.
Right.
And it's so easy to just like, this is too problematic. Let's get something easier.
Right.
But I'm telling you, like the best relationships and dom-sub relationships that I've experienced and had come from the ones at the time and the work was put into it.
And the work doesn't have to be laborious. It should be fun work.
Absolutely.
It should be satisfying work. That's what I think about relationship. That it wasn't, some people say you have to work hard for this relationship and you have to work and work. And I'm like,
shouldn't be all that work.
It shouldn't be all that much work.
Job, okay?
Right.
This should be beneficially mutual.
Right. Exactly.
I'm not saying it's going to be easy.
But, because you always have disagreements or hardships and those types of things. But
that's life.
But that's life. And so the question then becomes, I saw another post today about a person who had all these standards about relationship. And they're now 50 and no relationship.
Single as hell.
Exactly. And they're like, I think I need to grow beyond this where where they didn't text me back, in 2 minutes and they're gone.
I feel like Hallmark has ruined some of y'all for these relationships. Okay, tell y'all what y'all think y'all need. Pay me look.
It can be very different. And so
a man who loves you, cares about you, does what he's supposed to do, and it's more than that, but still, like sometimes y'all just put all these facets on these relationships that y'all think y'all need to have.
And because we're black men. And we've been told that we need to do that in order to be upstanding in the community, and upstanding in the church, and upstanding in...
That could be a whole episode and stuff, like gay culture and like how the church has affected it. Like
it's an episode.
Oh, it
is an episode. We'll be back. We'll be back for it.
Be back. We do have to close out. Tell the people where they can find you on social media.
Mufasa Ali at Facebook, Black Lion Onyx on Instagram, and X box or X, whatever that thing is now. Twitter. Twitter.
What you be posting on X?
I repost. On X. So come for the reposts. Okay. I have a certain affinity for a certain body part. And so those are most of the things that I repost and post. People do come up to me at Pansexual. The women come up to me and say, thank you for your posts. Thank you for your posts. I'm following you. Thank you. I'm like, well, thank you. Okay, these are just some things that I like. You know, I post things that I like, and Lovesky, you like them too. So, yeah.
For your post, I'd definitely be seeing them asses.
Yeah, exactly. There we go.
Guys, thank you for listening to another episode of Freak and See on season 2, and thank you, Master Mufasa, for coming here and being a guest on the show. I really appreciate you. It's such a joy to have you on the episode today, because like running into you at market days and then you finally being here, like it meant so much. You saying that you liked the show.
I love the show.
The encouragement that you gave me in the streets.
It's needed.
It was a Black boy joy moment for me.
It's needed.
Absolutely was. I was just like, I fangirled. I was like, he watches the show? Oh my God. But thank you guys for being here. And thank you guys for watching. We will catch you guys every Monday. We'll be posting episodes. Started getting posted on February 2nd. Tune in every Monday, and we will have fresh content for you guys. Have a good night. Stay kinky. Bye, guys.